The CIA's lost nuclear device in Greenland, in the icy heart of Greenland buried beneath tons of snow. And secrecy lies one of the Cold War's greatest forgotten disasters. A nuclear device, lost, abandoned, and never recovered. This isn't a movie plot, this is real history. Hello my friends. Welcome to Secret Agents Exposed. Today, we dive into a story so wild, so shocking, so interesting you won't believe it's true. Let's start today. We reveal the unbelievable story of how the CIA lost a nuclear weapon in Greenland, why they covered it up, and what terrifying consequences it could still have today. Cold War and a cold land. In the 1950s and 60s, the Cold War was at its freezing peak. Literally and figuratively, the US and Soviet Union were locked in a global chess match for nuclear supremacy, and one key to that strategy: Arctic territory. Why? Because flying over the Arctic was the shortest route between Moscow and Washington, so both sides started looking north, way north. In 1959, the US launched Project Iceworm, a secret plan to build a network of nuclear missile silos under Greenland's ice sheet hidden from the Soviets. But to hide nukes you need a cover. Enter Camp Century. Camp Century, America's secret ice base. Publicly, Camp Century was a scientific outpost researching Arctic conditions, but in truth, it was a military experiment. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers carved tunnels beneath 30 feet of ice, creating a frozen city, with barracks, a mess hall, a hospital, a nuclear reactor, and plans to test launch ballistic missiles from underground silos. But there was a problem: Greenland's ice isn't stable, it moves constantly. Within a few years, the tunnels began to crack and collapse. Project Iceworm was abandoned in 1966. But the real disaster came from above: the Thule Air Base crash. To defend against Soviet surprise attacks, the U.S. Air Force ran a 24/7 airborne alert program called Operation Chrome Dome. B-52 bombers constantly circled the Arctic armed with nuclear bombs, ready to strike if war began. On January 21, 1968, one of those bombers, flying near Thule Air Base in northwest Greenland, caught fire in the cabin. The crew tried to save the aircraft, but it was no use. The plane crashed onto the sea ice just 7 miles from the base, and its 4 hydrogen bombs went with it. 3 were recovered, the 4th never found. Searching for the missing bomb. Immediately a massive cleanup and search began, codenamed Crusted Ice. Over 700 American personnel, Danish authorities, and classified CIA teams combed the ice. They found wreckage, radiation debris, human remains. 3 bombs were located and dismantled, but the 4th bomb's nuclear core, the plutonium pit, was missing. Officials claimed the bomb had disintegrated, but many experts disagreed. Independent reports and some declassified documents suggest the bomb may have fallen through the ice into the Arctic Ocean. To this day, it's officially listed as lost. Some believe it still sits at the bottom of the sea, a nuclear time bomb waiting. Cover-up, controversy, and denial. For years, the US and Denmark tried to bury the story. Literally and politically, Denmark had banned nuclear weapons on its soil. Greenland, though under Danish control, hosted secret US nuclear activity without public knowledge. When the crash happened, the fallout was not just radioactive, it was diplomatic. Decades later, former workers exposed the truth. Many suffered radiation sickness. Some died from mysterious cancers. Documents showed deliberate suppression of health reports and environmental damage. In 1995, the Danish government finally admitted the public had been misled, but the lost nuclear device remained a classified ghost. Environmental time. Bomb. The Arctic isn't what it was in 1968. Climate change is melting the Greenland ice sheet faster than ever before. And that raises a terrifying question: what happens if the missing plutonium resurfaces? A leaking nuclear core and thawing permafrost could contaminate Arctic waters, marine ecosystems, and even affect indigenous communities. Yet no plan exists to find or secure it. Why? Because officially the US still denies it was ever lost. A bomb that doesn't exist can't be recovered. But the truth may be melting its way back to the surface. The CIA and the Pentagon once believed the Arctic could hide their secrets forever. But ice melts, history leaks, and nuclear lies have a half-life. The missing bomb off the coast of Thule isn't just a Cold War relic, it's a modern danger buried in denial and frozen silence. And someday someone might stumble across it, and when they do, what happens next? That's a story still being written. If you found this story chilling, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow our channel for more declassified spy history and nuclear secrets the world was never supposed to know. And remember, even in the coldest corners of the Earth, secrets don't stay buried forever. See you in the next video with unique story.